Let's start my class. Today's problem is expressing a number as A plus IB from. Okay, so the question number 1 is 1 by 1 minus cos theta minus I sin theta. So solution. Denominator part, that means 1 minus cos theta minus I sin theta. We split it into real and imaginary part. That we let it is z. Then z bar, that is conjugate of it. Conjugate means real part remains same, but imaginary part will be of opposite side. That means I sin theta plus I sin theta. Z, if z is equal to 1 minus cos theta minus I sin theta, then z bar is equal to 1 minus cos theta plus I sin theta. Now 1 by z is equal to z bar z bar. That is, we multiply z bar on numerator and denominator part. Now z bar is equal to 1 minus cos theta, that square, minus I square sin square theta. Because of A plus B and A minus B means A square minus B square, and z bar means 1 minus cos theta plus I sin theta. Then we calculate it. 1 minus cos theta plus I sin theta by new denominator part 1 minus 2 cos theta plus cos square theta, and I square means minus 1, that means it will be plus sin square theta. Then the answer will be 1 by z is equal to numerator part 1 minus cos theta plus I sin theta, and denominator part will be 1 minus 2 cos theta, and cos square theta plus sin square theta means plus 1. That means numerator part 1 minus cos theta plus I sin theta, and denominator part will be 2 minus 2 cos theta. That means if we take 2 as common, then it will be 1 minus cos theta, and we write the same in imaginary part, that is 2 1 minus cos theta. Then we apply formula. 1 minus cos theta and 1 minus cos theta will be cancelled, that is real part, we get half, and plus I sin theta means 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. It is formula of submultiple trigonometric angles, and 1 minus cos theta means 2 sin square theta by 2. That means sin theta by 2 and sin square theta by 2 remain 1 sin theta by 2. That means 2 and 2 cancel, cos theta by 2, and denominator is 2 sin theta by 2. That means half plus I by 2 cos theta by 2 by sin theta by 2, that means cot theta by 2. It will be the result of number 1, half plus I by 2 cot theta by 2. It is the form of A plus IB, where A is equal to half and B is equal to half cot theta by 2. Both belongs to real number. Now we discuss second problem, x plus iy by y minus ix. That means we start its solution, x plus iy y minus ix. Now we multiply numerator and denominator by conjugate of y minus ix. That means y and opposite sign of imaginary part. That means y plus ix. That means we multiply the numerator part by y plus ix. Y plus ix. So the result will be xy plus ix square plus iy square plus I square xy by y square minus I square x square. That is xy, here I square xy means xy minus xy. I square means minus 1. That is I square xy means minus xy. xy minus xy plus I x square plus y square. And lower part will be, that is new denominator part, y square plus x square. That is 0 plus I x square plus y square by x square plus y square. That means the result will be x square plus y square by x square plus y square multiplied by I. That means it will be I into 1 equal to I. X square plus y square will be cancelled for numerator and denominator as x square plus y square not equal to 0. It is given in the question, x square plus y square not equal to 0. So the result will be I. That means 0 plus 1i. So it is the form of A plus iB, where A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 1. Both belongs to real number. Alternative method, there is an alternative method, alter x plus iy is equal to, if we take common I, then I get y plus 1 by I into x. Then we will get, see, 1 by I. We know that I squared is equal to minus 1. That means I to the power 4 equal to 1. That means 1 by I is equal to I to the power 4 by I. That is I cube by I. That is I to the power 4 by I means I cube. I cube means I square into I. I square means again minus 1 and I. That is minus I. So I y 1 by I means minus ix. That is x plus iy, and if we divide it by y minus ix, then the result will be I. It is another method. You can use it in any JEE question or MCQ type question on coming on board. We first state a law that a polynomial equation of degree n has exactly n roots. Now we discuss about imaginary cube root of unity. That means we find 1 to the power 1 by 3. That is this equal to what? So we learned in previous class that square root of 1 is equal to 1, but x square equal to 1, that means x equal to plus 1 or minus 1, both words. That is, square root function is a single valued function, but here x square equal to 1, it is a quadratic equation, that is a polynomial equation of degree 2. So it will have exactly two roots, there plus 1 or minus 1. If we take x square is equal to 5, then we get x equal to plus root 5 or minus root 5. But root 5 is always greater than 0. So now we learned about the cube root of 1. So cube root of 1, how to solve? Now we consider an equation x cube equal to 1. That is, x cube minus 1 equal to 0. We know that a cube minus b cube means a minus b a squared plus ab plus b squared. That means x cube minus 1 means x cube minus 1 cube equal to 0. So here a is equal to x and b equal to 1. That means x minus 1 x square plus x into 1 plus 1 square equal to 0. So we get x minus 1 equal to 0, or zero product rule. By zero product rule we get two factors are individually 0. When one is 0, then another is non-zero. When one is non-zero, then another is 0. So x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. So we first calculate x for this part. This part will give x equal to 1. It belongs to real number. But if we solve this, we get two imaginary root of this equation. Now it is a quadratic equation. We cannot solve it by factorization. Now we solve it by Sridhar Acharya formula we know as quadratic law. Now we write the quadratic law. Ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. It is a quadratic, general quadratic equation where a not equal to 0. Then x is equal to minus b plus minus root over of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Here a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1 and c is equal to also 1. And from 1 we get a, b, c all are equal to 1. Now we solve it. X is equal to minus b means minus 1 plus minus root over of b square means 1 square minus 4 into a into c, that means 4 into 1 into 1, and by 2a, that means 2 into 1. So minus 1 plus minus root over 1 minus 4 by 2, that means minus 1 plus minus root over minus 3. Now we tell about root over minus 3. We cannot calculate it by previous lessons. We solve it by special calculation. Special calculation means root over minus 3 means root over 1 into 3. That means we split them. Root over ab is equal to root a into root b. That means root over minus 1 multiplied by root over 3. That means root over minus 1 means I and root over 3. Then it will be minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2. Now we write it as x is equal to omega and omega square. Now we discuss it. Let omega and omega square. What is the case that about omega and omega square? We let one root of x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0 be omega. Let or assume omega is equal to minus 1 plus root 3 by 2. Then we find omega square. Omega square means minus 1 square plus 2 into minus 1 into root 3 plus root 3 square by 4. That means 1 minus 2 root 3 plus 3 by 4. That means 4 minus 2 root 3 by 4. That means 2 minus 1 plus 3, 4 by 4, that means 1 minus root 3 by 2. Omega square means this. 1 plus, here one I is missing. Here I square, then it will be minus 3. That is, it will be minus 2 minus I into 2 root 3. That means the result will be minus 1 minus I root 3 by 2. That is, you see that omega means minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2, but omega square is another root of x square plus x plus 1. That means we get 1 imaginary root is square of another. Square of another. Also, minus 1 minus I root 3 by 2 its square will be omega. It can be proved in similar manner. So we get that 1 omega and omega square are all roots of x cube minus 1 equal to 0, where omega and omega square belongs to complex number and 1 belongs to real number. Let us learn some property of omega. See that omega is cube root of unity. So omega cube is equal to 1. Number 1. Omega satisfies x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. That means omega square plus omega plus 1 is equal to 0. Thank you for watching this video. Like, share and subscribe.